With the reveal of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, there's been a lot of debate about the game. Many believe that the game will be a failure and won't live up to the expectations that the Modern Warfare series has. It's kind of like how I've embarrassed my parents with all my life choices. Sure, they had high expectations, but I ultimately suck at the whole being a human thing. But that's for another video, alright? So today we'll be discussing the 5 things Modern Warfare has to do correctly in order to be a good game. So without wasting any more time, let's start my stupid list. Starting off at number 1, we have the biggest key factor of them all, and that is gameplay. So we have seen recently that they have released a little bit of gameplay. It's a 2v2 style gameplay where you have no healing, and after a set amount of time on the map, if there is no victor yet, they set a flag in the middle of the map that the player must defend for 3 seconds. Now this isn't the actual multiplayer in the whole aspect, I guess, but rather a very small fraction of the type of fun it has to offer. I saw many complaints that the game looked more like Rainbow Six or Battlefield, and my answer to that is shut the hell up, because both of those titles are beautiful and respect that Call of Duty is doing more to improve their look of their game, and it no longer looks like a game from like 2014. Not only does the look of the game matter, but as does the gameplay, of course. From what I saw and had collected from the content creators who were able to play this game mode, they say it was a lot of fun, and I think it looked that way as well. As long as the game plays like a Call of Duty and has that fun element and isn't clunky or has random and stupid mechanics such as specialists, I think that the game will speak for itself and will shit on the haters' chests in due time. However, if they fail to hit it on the head with the simplicity that Call of Duty has offered in its previous Modern Warfare titles, the game is going to struggle. The game should be medium paced with plenty of variety of different playstyles and should offer those who do well with rewards such as kill streaks like the K9 unit or the swarms from Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 2. The series has never been as complicated as it has been the past few years. Call of Duty players don't buy the game to think strategically, because the game has never been labeled as like a strategy shooter. People come to play Call of Duty for its easy to understand gameplay. If it requires too much thinking and planning, the game will suffer. So for this number 1, all they have to do is make it easy to understand, fun and rewarding, and the game will prosper. Coming in at number 2, we have the crossplay ability. Pretty much every game on the market that isn't an exclusive and is a large gaming title is trying to push for the crossplay ability, and I do not blame them. Alright, so Fortnite, for example, one of the biggest games on the market, has one of the biggest and best success rates with this style of gaming. Sure, there's gonna always be a debate about what's better between the powerhouses of PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Hell, even mobile players throw their 2 cents in there. The point I'm making is that if Call of Duty can capitalize on this and bring their future title releases out with cross-platform, including Modern Warfare, the gaming scene will change drastically. Not only would it change public matches, but it could potentially change the entire competitive scene of Call of Duty. I'm an active follower of the COD Esports League, and I love seeing new additions added to it. This would really spice things up, and it could add a lot of money to the prize pools and change people's lives. Of course, that's the optimistic point of view, and that's if they can handle it correctly. I've gone to both large and small schools as well, and I can easily say that I've had friends in the past who own other consoles that claim they could smoke me in a 1v1, and we were never able to prove it fairly because 1, controller differences, or 2, we didn't play the same console. So imagine the amount of fun just you and your friends who don't share the same type of console could have together. The possibilities would really be endless. I assume in order to party up, people would have to have some kind of Call of Duty account like the Epic Games has the Epic accounts, so people can link up together. But as I stated, if they can and they make it work, cross-platform would change the way we see Call of Duty entirely. Coming in at number 3, We have character customization and unlockables. It's pretty obvious that Activision loves money and they like lots of it. They go as far to giving us DLC that's basically pay to win, and of course, they give you things such as skins and other purchasable and unlockable character customization. The reason I'm making this as a focal point in this video is because I feel like too much of the multiplayer process is focused on how colorful your character is. If it's for a gay pride thing, then sure. But why do our characters have to be rainbow colored as an unlockable? And why do we have to pay for it? Like, it's one thing if it's unlockable, but why do we have to pay for it? Why can't it be something that can be achieved instead of purchased? Games that include unlockables like that have more longevity for the game lifespan. People will have more of a reason to play, and it will show off their dedication for the game. The only thing we can really work towards are mediocre character skins and diamond camos, and I'm not knocking the camos, alright, because they are cool, but it's the same thing each year. Why don't we add more things like Black Ops 4's reactive skins, but then make them unlockable? For example, what I mean is to make 1,000 headshots a combo, or make a really badass character skin for 100 relentless medals. We should be able to obtain nice things like that and not have to purchase them. And I'm not saying for them to get rid of all purchasable content, because they need to make money at the end of the day too. For example, in Black Ops 2, they made skins that were open to everyone to buy. And that's fine when it's something that you can actually see and you have a clear distinction between wasting your money or getting the actual item you want. People are much more likely to buy it. People hate buying supply drops, and that's me included. If you don't get a guaranteed item from them, then what's the point in wasting your money? Nobody wants that. However, this system shouldn't be allowed to be this system shouldn't be used for everything though, okay? You shouldn't just be able to purchase anything. You shouldn't be able to buy DLC that affects the game, the way the game's played. They shouldn't make a purchasable gun for $2.99 and label it as DLC. That's stupid and wrong. Make a gun that you have to unlock, so not everyone has one, but anyone can in fact obtain it. For example, make a gun that you have to play 500 games to unlock or something like that. Like I said, people will play and grind the game more if they have a definitive goal and have something that sets them apart from everyone else. As long as DLC and character customization is handled correctly in Modern Warfare, there's a fairly good chance of success. And here at number 4, we have maps. I'm just going to come out and say it. I better not see any remastered maps unless the community specifically asks for it. The ask pool that these developers do each year is annoying. I can imagine creating original maps is difficult, but don't remake the same exact map from previous years unless the community is telling you to. And definitely don't bring back a map that has already been brought back twice. And sometimes these dickheads will even go as far as labeling it DLC. You can't just remake something and call it a brand new map. That's like buying a pair of Nikes from a shoe store at full price and they give you some ugly ass shoes that have already been worn and used and proceed to tell you that they are brand new. The only thing new will be the new store I spend my money at. It applies the same way for Call of Duty. Map remakes are fine, but map remakes that are asked for and that aren't asked for and are repeated more than twice and replace the rotation of an original map that they could make is not okay. As far as original maps go, 3-lane is usually the best theme. However, not all 3-lane maps are fun. Treyarch tends to add 3-lane maps with no choke points or different routes. On many other maps, you have to run around the lane to get into another one. However, Infinity Ward is pretty good at making choke points and cutoffs for 3-lane maps, so I'm expecting some exciting and fun maps from them. As long as they add a large variety of maps, such as a sniper-dominant map with long corridors, or where snipers and ARs can dominate, yet can easily be flanked by an aggressive submachine gun user, or a small map with close quarters for shotgun and submachine gun users. As long as there is a variety of maps, I think everything will be alright as of that aspect. The last thing they need to get right is kind of a combination of both, really, because I couldn't choose one over the other, and that would be guns and kill streaks. So I'm so tired of earning mediocre kill streaks. I understand that the past few years they've wanted weapon focus to be the main way you kill somebody, but that makes getting high kill games all the harder to get. If you flip the spawns 3 times, you're practically running the entire game. Sure, we've seen some high kill counts the past few CODs, but back during the golden era of COD like Black Ops 2 and before, there were people pulling off insane kills like 200-0 games with the help of K9 units, swarms, VSATs, and all the other OP kill streaks and score streaks. Alongside that, we need guns that don't need 4 nerfs before they're considered okay and balanced to use. Like one nerf should be enough, but I'll even settle for 2 if it really needs it. But they should balance weapons to where they can focus on other things than having to nerf a gun every update for the next 3 to 4 updates. The Titan from Black Ops 4 is a perfect example of this. I also talked about this earlier. Do not make guns that are purchasable, aka supply drops, because that's bullshit. It's not fair to players that grind the game day in and day out for like 5 to 8 hours a day and don't get anything, but the dude that can spend $200 on supply drops gets one and plays the game like 1 or 2 hours each night. Many companies have realized, well shit, that's a bad business motto and people don't like how we do that and we are pay to win. And they've changed their approach. Activision can literally get sued for this like EA has, and I'm looking for Activision to change their shitty ass motto real soon. As long as guns are balanced and we have some good kill streaks, all will be as it should be in Call of Duty. That is, of course, they don't fuck up majorly and do the complete opposite of these 5 easy ass things. But that's gonna do it for today's video. If there's anything you think I forgot to mention, let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like if you thought what I said in this video didn't sound like complete shit, and consider subscribing if you think what I'm saying sounds somewhat intelligent. But until next video, peace out my dudes.